we're going to make a Swiss meringue. Same as we did last week with the lemon. I'm going to, let me get some room here. I'm going to add my sugar. And I'm going to turn my water off. I got a good boil going, so that's a good bain-marie. I don't want to cook any eggs. I'm going to add my egg whites and my little bit of cream of tartar. And I'm going to warm these. And like I said, we're going to warm them to the touch. And like last week, the best thermometer, I believe, and my water is warm. So I'm going to bring this over here so you can see it a little bit better. And we're going to start warming. It gets kind of a shine, which is unfortunate. We're going to start warming this, and I'm going to make sure I get all my sugar liquefied. And you can really tell right now it's, I'm going to bring this up a little closer. Right there. Perfect. You can see the sugar. What's going to happen is the sugar becomes translucent. It melts within the egg whites, and that's how we make our Swiss meringue. The cream of tartar comes in, and what it does is it readjusts our pH level. With our egg whites, it makes it a little brighter, a little whiter. It helps us whip up a little bit better with that acid. Cream of tartar is tartaric acid and cornstarch combined. Tartaric acid is a byproduct of the wine industry. And whenever you get a really nice wine, you can pull the cork off, and sometimes you see some crystals on top of that cork. And what that is tartaric acid. And tartaric acid with a little cornstarch becomes our cream of tartar. So it is an acid. So you can see we're coming in and we're liquefying. And the sugar is starting to become translucent, and that means it's melting. And as it melts, it becomes part of the Swiss meringue, French, Swiss, and Italian. French being the common meringue, French meringue. What do? We whip egg whites and we sprinkle sugar lightly over it. Swiss, we are warming our egg whites and our sugar until that sugar is melted and they are warm to the touch. I'm going to use my thermometer finger and stick it in the middle. If it feels warm, and you got to go all the way through. And I'm making sure I get all my crystallization all off the side of the bowl here, because I don't want that to stay on the side, become part of my meringue. And the third meringue, I'm not done, is the Italian meringue. Italian meringue being the strongest meringue. We are going to cook sugar to the softball stage. We are going to whip up our egg whites, and we are going to pour that sugar down the side. And that is an Italian meringue, incorporating sugar that has been melted and brought to a temperature of the softball stage between like 238 to 245 is right where we want that sugar to be. And I can tell by looking. Second step to our Swiss meringue, we are going to whip up our meringue that we've warmed on the stove. So I'm going to use a whip. Because we're whipping, I'm going to get all my egg whites and sugar incorporated. And I'm going to start whipping it, and I am going to get a nice medium peak to be able to then make the Swiss meringue buttercream. And the peak stiffness is really important. There's kind of a soft, and we're medium, and they can get really stiff. So we're going right in between, and it's going to take a little while. The egg whites are warm, and so we're going to stop it here, and then I'm going to show you once they're done exactly what kind of peak we're looking for. Buttercream is adding the butter into our meringue. I want to show you what we're looking for. Our meringue is set. We're just right in between a soft and medium heat, which I think is perfect to start adding our buttercream. So I'm going to turn this guy off. Let me show you what I'm looking for. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, there we are. Look how pretty. It's perfect. As a nice peak. It's ready to go. I have softened my butter like I did with the lemon Swiss meringue buttercream. I have it soft. This meringue is still, there we go, is warm. And so to put cold butter in here, I would not get the emulsification that I'm looking for, so I have my butter soft. I'm going to crank this guy up, and we're going to start adding it to it. I do it about in 4 equal portions. I'm going to let it start incorporating, and it usually drops a little bit. That's because we're adding butter to it, and meringues are fat. A love-hate relationship, and we're going to lock this into this beautiful Swiss meringue. And that butter's going to set itself up. And we are going to learn how to cake decorate with this buttercream. First we're going to color it because we're doing a rose cake with our devil's food cake. And it all goes. You want to make sure you get it all in there. Make sure I wipe off my spatula. When I get all the buttercream to the formula requested, I get it into my meringue. Ooh, there, it looks really good. And then I have a little touch of salt, which always is there for flavor. I have a little vanilla for flavor as well, and it asks for a little bit of lemon juice. So we're going to add a pinch of lemon juice in there as well. And there it comes all together. It's perfect. Thank goodness. I'm going to whip it up. Take it off and show it to you. Show you what I got. I'm going to scrape it really well. I'm going to put it back on the mixer. Whoop, lost a little there. Lost a little. There we go. Set that there. I don't want to waste any of that. But I'm going to come in here and scrape it really well and make sure I really get it incorporated. I especially want to get down the sides here. I don't want to waste him. Oh well, I think I'm going to have to. We're going to leave him there. I'll clean him up. I think he's a lost cause. I was going to try, but it's fluffy and beautiful. I'm going to give it one more whip on the mixer to incorporate it. And then I'm going to pull it off. There I am. And then we're going to start coloring our buttercream and getting ready to decorate our cake to match the picture that you have. What we want to be able to do is match the picture that the customer gives us. It can't be so much the colors we like, but exactly what the customer has asked us to do. So that's next on our list.